Good morning, everyone. It's a truly pleasure to welcome Dr. Beatriz Garcia. Let me introduce Beatriz. Beatriz is a distinguished researcher at CONICET, the Argentina's National Scientific and Technical Research Council. She serves as task leader for education and outreach within the PEROCERO observatory collaboration and is professor of astronomy at Universidad Tecnológica Nacional. I also have the privilege of knowing her as a colleague. We had the opportunity to work together a few years ago within the framework of the Reinforce project, a citizen science project funded by the European Commission. And it's wonderful to reconnect today through the Physics for All project. Beatrice, it's so nice to have you here with us again. Thank you a lot for joining us.
No, thank you for asking me, give me the possibility to be here and to talk with a lot of people, I hope.
Yeah, true. Let me start with something a bit personal. I'd like to ask you, can you remember the moment that sparked your interest in astrophysics?
Well, in fact, my interest when I was very young was the nature, the observation of the nature, the observation of the stars and the things on Earth. In fact, I would like to say that my first interest was in everything, and was a bit difficult to decide what to do with my life, because I was born in a no in a poor family. In fact, not in a very accommodate or with a lot of opportunities. No, all the contrary. My family was a normal family, the labor people family, with my mother as all the time at home, and I study in public schools, and well, the life was not so easy when I was a child. So I loved to read and to see the things of every day, the trees and flowers and animals and the nature in general. And as a good reader, I learned to read about at 4 years, and yes, very very young. Remember, I am a bit old, so
No.
when I was young, there was the television. We didn't have a television at home, and the only things well available to understand the world and to know the planet was the books. So well, I was a good reader, and from the readings, the mythology, the fantasy was part of my formation. So the connection between the stars and mythology is evident, and is step by step. You start with the gods and goddess and heroes as Orion, and finally you know that in the sky you can also see this personage, these characters, and was a simple step by step to the sky. And when I was in the time to decide the career, well, astronomy was not a simple thing to choose, because not a lot of women
Yeah.
choose that career. And the idea at home was, well, if you like the physics and mathematics and things like that, you will be poor in the future also. So choose something more practical, as engineering or something like that. Well, but when one is young, the most probable thing or probably thing is to oppose the suggestions by the parents,
That's
and
true.
I decide to follow my own feeling, and was good because it was a nice life. In fact, it was difficult at the beginning, because effectively in my group, in my promotion, I was the only women in the group. There was not more women, and all guys, and the only girl. Was fine. Was fine. Was difficult because, well, there are a lot of prejudice and things connected with the gender, which are completely false. But well, during the night you cannot work. We go to the observatory, but you stay here, and things like that.
Yeah.
What which was well, part of the life is not. Mm. The good thing now is a bit better, but still the people when you see girls is some kind of work. It seems that some people believe that the girls we are all weak and we cannot do many jobs, but in fact the women can do whatever they want,
Yeah, that's
and.
true.
Well, all my life, practically all my life was in this career, and well, I live a lot of satisfactions, and it's good. Finally,
Yeah.
is was a good choice.
Yeah, over the years you have built an impressive career. So you also overcame the challenges, the difficulties you faced. And
Yeah.
again, thinking back to when you were younger, did you have any role models growing up who made you believe you could become a scientist?
Well, in the books I read, there was a lot of the girls, very strong girls, and characters who 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 teach in some way the readers what is good to do. Well, I remember, for example, in little the young woman, the book by Mary Louise Alcott.
Yeah, of
Eh,
course.
for example, no, the main one of the sisters, and well, this kind of position in front of the life. Well, I need to do things that I want to do. Is something important for the young girls. About the examples or guides in the career, I had a very good teachers and professors, teachers and the primary school, very good teachers who gave us a lot of clues to improve our lives and books and things. For example, I discovered Ray Bradbury at the primary school, for
Wow.
example. Yes, because a teacher. So, and in the high school was the same, good. Of course, I had very bad professors, but also good professors who push the well to follow the dreams. And at the university also, well, was a mix of between good and bad, but I remember great women. And here in Argentina, there are some examples of very important astronomers who also, we are a few, we are not a very big community in
Yeah.
astronomy in Argentina, so everyone knew anyone, all the people is inside the community in the association, Argentinian Association of Astronomy, and inside this group, the group of astronomers, there are and there were very important women who were inspiration for the young generations, without
Yeah.
any doubt. Names as, probably you don't know, but names as Vir Piñémela, Adela Ringelet. Now, well, they are dead, but alive are Marta Rovira, Gloria Dubner, very important women here in Argentina who help women and also defend the role of the women in science and in particular in astronomy.
Yeah, that's very important. Regarding education, what would you change about how science is taught or shared to make it more inclusive and exciting, especially for girls?
Well, we are doing a lot of things right now. For example, speaking about the possibility that the astronomy is a science for everyone. It's not a science for men or
Mhm.
women. Speak to organize things to permit to participate. The stimulation is not when you have 20 years, when you are 20 years old. The thing is, since you are born, we need more families trying to understand that the science is a possibility for everyone. The other thing is for the teachers. The message is for the teachers at primary school because the families are doing what they can do. It means the idea is to think in a better future for the children. So it's okay. The people each people is a new world. So in school we need to make an effort to assure the participation of everyone. You can see in the school some things like, well, we are doing an experiment right now. Who is ready to help? And all the boys stand up and go to the table or the side where the experiment is. And in general, the girls are more calm and quiet, and well, the participation is not so clear. We need to prepare more things to push the participation of everyone. Obviously, the girls want to do a lot of things, but the dynamics, the organization of the class in general is with the girls calm, sit, and well, the boys are
Mhm.
all the first the protagonist or
Mhm.
of some spectacles. And the same is with the sport. In fact, now there are a lot of girls practicing sports, different sports, even football.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
in the past, that was not normal. It was so like well, this is a bit strange.
Yeah.
A girl playing football, a bit strange, but now it's completely normal. So we need to change the mentality of the people doing things and
Mm.
showing that the things are possible, that the girls can also manage the weights. You can use you can use things to move a car. It's not necessary to be a big and a strong man to move things, something. You can move everything in your house. You can do a lot of jobs in general. You can do a mechanics, and you can also play if you want. You can boxing. You can do whatever you want,
Everything.
and this is part of the learning. It's not you when you born, you are a kind of clay, and you can modulate the person as you want. So the normality is what we want to have as normality. And from the very, very childhood until your the end of your life, you are learning. You are changing of ideas, and you are learning new things, and you are choosing different ways and roads to follow. So, uh, part of our activity, part of the obligation, I think, of the people who had the opportunity to reach our dreams is to transmit this to the young generations and show the life as it is. It's not simple, nothing is free,
Mhm.
nothing is immediate, but you can reach the door, the outside, the exit door of this, what we call the labyrinth,
Mm.
because the life is a labyrinth. in general, when you speak about woman and science, it's normal to hear words like the crystal floor or floor of crystal or the tower of crystal, because the lack of opportunities in the highest positions in science, directions, be leader of big projects, be the spokespersons.
Yeah,
So this seems to be a problem when you are a woman. But the reality is not you find a tower or a floor. No, the life is a problem. All the life of a woman in science is a problem, and it's better to speak about the crystal labyrinth. You need um, to solve and to break different fences you find along the full life, the full career. And this labyrinth is very interesting because you also find things in your way in your life. But the idea is to reach the exit, the place where you finally are where you want to be. It's not a simple thing, but the life is not a simple thing. The life is a property of the universe. Is difficult to reach the life because the matter needs to organize to finally the life emerge. We know as astronomers that is like this. To find life outside the Earth is very difficult. For a moment, the only life we know in the diversity, the full diversity we find on Earth, is on Earth. There
yeah,
is not life outside. It's very difficult to produce life. So this, what we have, the life, is a precious thing, and we need to protect our life, doing the best for us and for the others.
yeah,
And the career is this: if you are happy, all your near people will be happy. If you are not happy, because well, we know the life is the life, and the people sometimes found very difficult to road the or to walk the road they have in front of their eyes. But the idea is try to transform the reality to permit more people to be happy.
yeah, that's true.
And this is part of this well, selection of things we need to do along the full life. When you arrive to, for example, you received your title. Finally, you are an astronomer. Well, very good. Well, the life, I think the life starts there
Yeah,
when you have the opportunity to do these things you thought will be possible. In this position, you can help more people, you can stimulate other people, transmit the enthusiasm, give opportunities also when
yeah,
you
yeah.
have
Being
power.
a role model also, no? Because people often imagine
And it's
scientists in a very stereotypical way, no?
Yeah, it's not just the model, because a model is a mannequin. You
Yeah,
can put there, yes, a model. Yes, it's like the models or the theories in science. Well, the model is very good, but you need to verify the model, and to verify, you need to open doors, give opportunities to the others, and the power is when you have the power, and the power is when you have the opportunity to be in a special position in the career and in the life. And well, the idea is to transmit this. It's not just when you are young. The decisions are along the full life. The problems are all the time. But when you have some tools, and the tools are acquired, and the processes and different and even the way to think, you acquire this kind of resources during the study, during the career, during your formation. And you acquire a lot of abilities that permit you to face the life in a better way. Even if you cannot follow with your career or with the first idea you had, for
Yeah.
example, well, I want to be a physical doctor, physics. But I can't finish the career, or I could finish my career for any problem. Well, all the abilities you acquire during the first years of university or college, for example, will be very important for the rest of your life. So it's important to transmit the importance of the education in any
Yeah,
level.
that's
And
true.
if you have the lack of or the of you, well, the life is good with you and you arrive with to the end of the career, you will understand what I am saying. The abilities, the tools, the way to see the life and the reality are different. And this is also part of our activity when we perform these activities for girls and young people,
Yeah.
mainly girls, because as I said, the boys born with the balloon on
Mm,
hand.
yeah.
So the boys, well, in principle, the society think that the men and, will produce a lot of changes.
Mm.
But when this kind of speech emerge, the best is to remember Maria Curie, Hypatia,
Yeah.
in my own space, Vera Rubin, and Jocelyn Bell, and
Yeah. Plenty,
people
plenty of women.
really important and with great careers coming from very difficult countries like Maria Sklodowska. I prefer to use the
The full
uh,
name.
the full name, Maria Sklodowska from Poland, a very problematic country and with a lot of difficulties. And well, Maria Curie, I believe, is one of the most famous women on the planet. And well, Hypatia is a great astronomer of the, well, was killed in 415 in the year 415 because the calculation of the equinox. So the examples are a lot. The women, as the Chinese proverb says, the women hold half of the sky. So we are the half of the humanity, perhaps more than a half. And
Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
yes. And we have many examples of great women working in science and in other disciplines, because in arts is the same. In well, wherever you are, you will find a lot of
Yeah,
women working at the same level that the men.
yeah, for sure. So, Beatrice, if you could go back in time, not for a moment, what is one piece of advice you would give to your teenage self?
Well, I don't like to give advices because because each life is completely original and it's difficult. The best I can say is that be constant. Continue with your work and with your ideas and try to reach this, you can see far in the horizon. Probably you thought or you are thinking that you never will reach that point in the future, but the future is now. So be constant. Continue with your ideas on your desire. Transform the desire in reality because it's possible. It's possible.
So never give
Um,
up.
never think sometimes you are ready to abandon everything that everyone is live or some moment in the life with a lot of problems and probably you said, well, stop, that is all. I cannot follow anymore for this way. I will never will be what I am thinking or I am dreaming. But no, the human being is a very resistant form of life. Yes, we are weak in the sense of the nature. Because of this, we needed to invent things because if not, we cannot suffer the cold. We cannot suffer the heat. We have a lot of attacks from virus and things like this. But we also know how to fight against the things which are bad for the human being. But the brain is a very interesting muscle who is constantly changed and recovering from the sadness and the problems. If you don't believe me, just look the reality now in some countries with terrible wars and the people there, I know in Gaza that there are teachers teaching sciences in Gaza in the middle of the war.
Mm.
So the human always will try to be better, to help the near people. The teachers, professors are ready to help the students.
Mm.
Sometimes well, the life is what is. Sometimes we live in very, very terrible moments, sad moments. It seems that the life is ending, and the other day the sunrise, and you are there helping people. Even being a scientist, you can produce better food and better medicaments and better clothes, knowing science. So my suggestion is never, never stop or think that the life is ending. Uh, help the others, and in this way the humanities will improve their lives, because the science is for that, to improve our lives. Is an activity, is a nice activity, is a funny activity, and is what change the life forever. In our hands is to do better or worse this life in the future. Of course, there are perils. Of course, are things that are menace for the life. But also, this is our responsibility.
Yeah,
We can do really great things, very bad things. Yes, all this is the human being.
yeah,
Mm,
it's
the,
true.
the, the production of uh, spectacular things for the humanity and the destruction. In our hands, we have the two powers, but the decision is ours. And in general, the most part of the scientists, we are protectives of the, the nature, and we are trying to do the life better. And in this sense, well, the the idea we need to transmit is the power of the science for the good, and well, invite more people, and especially girls, to join us. Uh, in general, the groups and the research laboratories and even groups in the universities, when we have more women in the group is working better,
Mm,
because the style of the women are a bit different of the style of the men, and we are ready to do more things for the benefit of all.
yeah,
And this kind of attitude is transmitted to the others. It's not just for us. When you act in a specific and good way, the others are a bit obligated, but finally they understand. Everyone understand that it's a good thing to work in a benefit of all the group.
yeah. So this is collaboration, no? So
Yes,
finally,
the word is
Beatrice,
collaboration, but it's
yeah,
a collaboration in a sense that everyone is are the winners of the challenge and the goals, not just a few.
yeah,
Everyone is benefit. The cooperation is for all, and the benefits and the good results are for all.
yeah.
And this is a part of the attitude when you have a group with a lot of women in it. It's good. It's something we need to to transmit, because from outside probably you cannot see the dynamics inside the activity, the everyday activity. But the everyday activity is a lot of things to do, which are not to discover great things and won or win the Nobel Prize. No, no, no. That is not the normality. That is strange, or someone time to time you have some recognition. But no, the everyday life of a scientist is work, 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 fail, fail, fail,
Yeah.
and finally you obtain a good result, and of course you are very happy. But it's not all the days with a great results. No, no, no. You need to work a lot, and to if you are experimentalist and you need to acquire data. Well, look the movies about Maria Sklodowska-Curie, and you will know that for the couple, Maria and Pierre Curie, um, they took decades, a long, long time to obtain radius. It was not from one day to the another. It was a very long process and very hard process to extract from the stone the small quantity of radius. Is well, the movie is short, 1.5 hours, but for them was the full life
Yeah.
working on that. So it's a very hard thing, but it's
It's
finally at the
worthwhile.
end of the
It's
row is
worthwhile. Yeah.
fantastic. Yes.
So, Beatrice, looking ahead, what are some of the big questions in astrophysics today that the next generation might help solve?
Find life outside the Earth? This is
Wow.
the great question. Yeah, yeah, yeah. For all the astronomers, we can observe a planet or a star, and say, well, the star moves like this, and we publish the paper. But really, everything we do, and the astronomy is very, very, very spread, diverse, and each astronomer make a small thing to apport the research to a big body of understanding for the universe, which is the cosmology, how the universe born, evolve, and will dead. The universe is a system, and is like a system, has a life, and they born, evolve, will dead, but in this evolution, appear the galaxies, the stars, and the life. The big question is, there is life beyond the Earth. There is life outside the Earth. And without any doubt, the big question for astrophysics is if Earth is outside our planet. And this is I think is the main question right now for everyone. Of course, in the middle, you discover a lot of things. For example, the dark matter and dark energy. And now there are a lot of news about the new discoveries by the James Webb, the age of the galaxies, the age of the universe, the velocity of expansion. But everything is fantastic. We are understanding our system, the universe, the full system, because we as a body, our body is a system, but it's an open system. We exchange with the nature, matter and energy, but the universe is an isolate system. It's the only isolate system, and there all the phenomena occurs. And in the way we discover how the stars born and evolve and dead, how the chemical elements appear, and we need the chemical elements to the life. All the periodic table of elements we need to explain the life. But these elements are created inside the stars or during the catastrophic death as supernova. So yes, we need to understand all the process, but at the end of the way is life. And the life is only here or is in another places. And now it's very difficult, of course, discover life because we cannot see the surface of other, what we call exoplanets. No, we can study the light of the star, the central star of the exosystem, crossing the atmosphere of the planet and trying to discover in the spectrum the lines of the chemical elements in the atmosphere of the exoplanet. And in this atmosphere, we can detect water or carbon or oxygen, but what we are searching for is the biosignature. This what just can be produced by the existence of life in the atmosphere, in the light of the star, crossing the atmosphere, and the atmosphere transmit the information to the light of the star. And we analyze this here on Earth. We are trying to detect the biosignatures, but the idea is to detect technosignatures. The technosignatures are the evidence of intelligent life on this exoplanet. This is not nothing for a moment, But the idea is that because travel to that planet is impossible, a travel from this planet to the Earth is impossible. So we never receive visitors from the space. And the only thing we can do is analyze the structure of the atmosphere of the exoplanets in the light of their star. And this is a very, very difficult process, but an amazing thing. And when discover water in another atmosphere, in an exoplanet atmosphere, of course, we prepare a party. But we are discovering water outside the air, water, oxygen, dioxide of carbon, the same things we have here on Earth and in the atmosphere of Earth. We undiscover these chemical molecules in other planets, in exoplanets. So we believe we are on the good road, but the final results is not yet arrived, and probably we never will know if life is outside outside the Earth, but it's part of, it's a great question to answer.
Yeah.
And well, for me, it's amazing. And I am not working on this. I'm not working with exoplanets or biosignatures and so on. But for me, it's amazing. I read every paper that appear about the topic because it's the great answer. Because astronomy is a discipline connected with the fundamental questions of the human being. Why are we here? There is a meaning of my existence or not, and how finally the matter organized in some way to give us result a human being. Well, are fundamental questions of humanity. And well, we know that these questions are not easy to answer
Yeah.
in the scientific framework. We can choose another way and you will obtain some answer, but these answers are not scientific. In the scientific framework are very, very difficult questions, but are questions that everyone are asking sometime in any moment. Why I am here, or there is a purpose of the life, or just the life exists because well, it's part of the characteristics of the universe. But in this way, we also learn that with science we can improve the questions. Even without any answer, you can improve the questions and improve, as consequence, for example, the experiments
Yeah.
to verify your theory. Well, yes, the human being has a purpose. Well, how to prove this? And that is, you can decide to try to answer this question using science.
Okay, so there are very relevant questions for the next generation, especially.
Yes, and yes, because if you decide, if you answer, the human being has no sense, for example, it's very difficult to transmit the idea that we need to preserve the life and to protect the life. For this reason, even being an astronomer or a scientist, we believe that there is a sense. We need to protect the life, mainly because the life is a very difficult thing for the universe. To obtain life, to finally organize the matter, to have a- an expression like a human being who think about their existence and about the universe and try to explain the place on that in that universe is just enough important to preserve that life. So, in this sense, we are worried about the questions we need to propose for the next generations. Because if the answer of the general answer for the general humanity is, well, there is no sense. Well, why to protect the life on Earth? Why to speak about warming, global warming, or climate change if there is no sense? Finally, everything will end,
Mm.
and that is very, very dangerous. I think it's dangerous because leaders on the planet are talking about that there is not global warming, or well, there is not. It's not important not contaminate the air or the water. Well, or well, we can extract all the minerals and without any impact on the nature. Well, we are breathing produce an impact. So uh, we need more people educated in
Yeah,
science, because
absolutely.
just educating in science you can talk at the same level, and the people can think about the speeches and discourse of these representatives, final representatives of the majorities, um, who are saying things that are completely crazy. The protection of the water, the air, the earth, and finally the life is responsibility of each one. And if we don't know how the nature function and how weak is the nature finally, uh, we will have not future. That is a problem. We will not have future generations to
Mm,
discuss these problems. And if in on Earth is a collapse, imagine a collapse like the series, the TV shows and catastrophic movies and so on. Well, the problem is to lose the knowledge. If we lose the knowledge, we will back to the times without technology and without knowledge about the function of the nature, and this will be catastrophic because the planet will not live forever. That is clear. The planet is like the universe. The universe will die. The planet will die, with or without humans
yeah,
on Earth. But we can protect the the the, the planet to uh, to to make this process, the process of changes, a bit more slow, not catastrophic, not very fast, not tomorrow, not in 50 years, but in some millenniums. So
yeah,
for
sure.
this, we
In the
need.
meantime, we can live better. No, this is the
Yeah,
message.
in the meantime, we can discover new things, invent new devices to purify water and air. But we need time. The science is not a thing with what happened from one day to the other. No, you need time. The technology emerge quickly, generally, quickly, and you can produce new cell phones from one year to the other. Well, this is the technology, but the basic science, which understand how the matter function, how the matter is constructed, how the universe is evolving, this science needs a long time to answer the questions. And if you accelerate all the processes, we will have no time. And to understand this is part of the formation, is part of the education in science.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much, Beatrice, for taking the time to be with us today. We truly appreciate and we hope to have the pleasure of seeing you again and to talk again about fundamental science. Thanks a lot.
So, thank you, and for the young people. Um, my suggestion for the future, the near future, is to read more, back to the reading, back to the histories. Yes, the movies are fine, the cell phone are fine, the networks are fine. I'm not against the new technologies, the IA is fine, everything is fine, because all is creation of one brain. Everything that the human being can do will do. It means all the things we are using right now is product of science and is product of a brain, the power of our brain, everything. But we need to manage this, and in this epoch, in these times, we need to read more, even the old books, everything. And in this sense, I am very happy because, for example, movies like Frankenstein push the people to read the novel, and the novel is infinitely better than the movie and all the ideas we have about Frankenstein. It's nice to read this book now with all the knowledge we have. So read more because this is part of the evolution of the brain.
Thanks again. Thank you very much.